Alrighty guys, Polaris just announced their new 2026 lineup. Let's get into it. I got YouTube pulled up and we're just gonna watch these together and we'll break it down, see what we see. So to start, I actually wanna watch this bottom one right here. This is the 2026 Pro R. And this is the machine that I use most often. After that, we'll get into some of these other ones. All right, so right off the bat, you can see they have color matched rims. Looks like a color matched interior. Fang lights, that's not new. You guys know that they already had the vent system that goes into the cab already in there. Let's see what else we got. I mean, it looks fantastic. That red is cool. I feel like some of the colorways they've had in the past haven't been as good as they have been. But I think the biggest part is right here. Okay. This is the cockpit. So the color match interior is not new. That was out in 2025. But look at that screen. That thing is massive. It's as big as an iPad, right? That thing is as big as my laptop screen, which is huge. So before they had that 7-inch display, it was about this big, right? So not super large, but this one looks gigantic. It looks like it's maybe 8 inches across and 12 inches tall, bigger than your average piece of paper for sure. So let's keep watching. Okay, actually, in addition to here, on the right side, you can actually see, looks like a bigger speaker, and then the storage on top looks like it's the same, but dude, I think that's incredible. My only thing is I hope the plastic comes up and covers that screen. Otherwise, I feel like rocks might ding the back of that and break it. But not all people are chasing people in the dust. So, like, you know, it's just kind of a give or take. But, I mean, that looks good. The new screen is huge. They haven't updated that screen in a couple of years. I mean, LED lights, the thing looks incredible. Looks like similar stance, similar size. So it really probably just is a screen upgrade on that. Wow, so it does look like the screen isn't covered on that top spot, so hopefully it's not, you know, prone to getting cracked from the back or banged from the back. But there is a little spot there so you can open that little storage compartment up in front of there. So I'm glad they kept that because storage on these things is kind of hard to come by. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I mean, they only released this 15-second video, but I mean, for everything that the Polaris is, so like for those of you guys who don't know, the Pro R, it's got that 224 horsepower. It's naturally aspirated, comes stock on 32-inch tires. I always upgrade to 33-inch tires, but it also comes stock with the color matched interior. If you get the Ultimate, you have the sound system, the GPS that's in here. That system, I'm sure they've upgraded it, but what they've even had in the past is in plenty, right? Which is, connect your phone to it, you can receive text messages, you can send messages to other machines, you can communicate through them even in places without cell service, which is really incredible. And then, you know, you have color matched beadlock rims that are stock, factory Fox live valve suspension with warranty. A lot of that stuff is absolutely crucial, especially for me. Okay, I'm glad we watched that. That's dope. Now let's look at the 2026 RZR lineup from these guys. I'm gonna skip through some of this. I don't really want to listen to a lot of things they have to say, but
Razer XP, the tried and true.
Looks like they got an upgrade on the Razer XP, which I've already liked so much. That's just a tried and true vehicle. But let's go to the XPS. This is the one that I really am happy about. This is kind of what I was expecting them to do. Something that was on the lower end on price side, but way upper end on the value side.
All right, so Hallie, we rolled the Razer XP out of the shop, and we've got this new XPS, and this thing looks impressive.
The Razer XPS.
I mean, bigger stance, wider vehicle, sitting up a bit higher, more ground clearance, but let's start all around this corner and kind of walk us through what's going on, wheel, tire, hub, suspension, everything you've got going on here.
Doesn't this look mean? I'm just so excited because let's talk about these wheels and tires.
It's a big looking tire.
32-inch tire over from the Pro S series, which is fantastic. You have a
stock on a 32.
Really more automotive grade.
And the 5 lug, so it'll match the Pro R.
What you'll notice are these really strong, robust control arms and half shafts. just looks bigger. It's all been inspired from the Pro.
Dude, this seems like if you don't want the Pro R with the Pro R price tag, this is like the ultimate package. Even the stance is like kind of classic and reminiscent of like the Turbo S, which is one of my favorite vehicles ever made.
Different gearing, right?
Yep.
And even the one thing that's hard to see and visualize here is the frame's also been upgraded, right?
Yes.
So maybe walk us through what's
Okay,
changed on the
upgraded
chassis
frame.
Yeah, so what's really cool about the XP lineup is the durability and quality that we've brought into this family. They have the exact same chassis from the Razer XP.
Ah, dude, it just looks
the Razer
so
XPS.
good. Look at that
We
bumper
went
there.
away from the M10 suspension bolts, and we went over to an M12. Again, just bigger
bolts.
stronger.
Yeah, and those are across both models in the lineup, the XP and the XPS, right?
You got it.
All right, so Hallie, coming back to the back of this rig, right? I noticed the same kind of largeness of parts, right?
Look at that
But with one,
trailing
this machine
arm.
is not 74
That thing's
inches
pretty
wide like a
beefy
Pro
down
R
there
or
too.
Pro S, right?
It is not. It's 72 inches to fit most trails.
72. Okay, so we're going 72 inches wide on this thing.
Got it.
Trailing arm looks very Turbo-esque like to me. Is it exactly the same? or-
Yeah, look at that, Turbo S.
No. Okay.
It's not. Mounting points are different.
All right, so keeping going
So
on here.
trailing arm is not
we've
the
got a
exact
Velocity
same as the
Series
Turbo
shock in
S.
the
They've
back.
upgraded it.
Adjustable crossover rings. We'll show you guys those on the bench. But the radius rods look huge on this to me.
They do. Again, all inspired by the Pro lineup. You get back here, the transmission is actually geared like the Pro S. The whole drive line has been.
Okay, so it
upgraded
sounds like they've just taken the Turbo S, they've given it the new Pro XP body style, and then they've had a baby with the Pro S, which is basically the Pro R with a turbo motor. So you're combining all the worlds here to get a machine that is incredibly capable, incredibly fast, big tires, beefy components. But at that lower price point, when you don't want to spend all of your money on a Pro R.
But this XPS one is beefy. Like, I feel
Those
like
trailing arms are huge.
This thing is built like a tank. Not our control.
Let's
mode.
go.
This one's easy to see, right? If we
Okay,
open
the
this
A
up,
arms
we
look
can
big.
Visually, you go different between
I'm
the
just
two.
skipping through this. I mean, some of this stuff is like,
chassis,
stuff that if you
right?
really want to read the specs, you
The
can.
joints are actually quite a bit coming down.
Biggest
Axles are
difference
big, they look beefy. Apparently they're about the same size as the Pro R ones, which is huge because those things are damn near indestructible. Walker Evans shocks is great.
And everything.
Okay, now we're interior. This is where I really want to be.
You can't on the standard XPs. So huge upgrade on shocks overall. Makes for really awesome ride quality. All right, so Hallie, it's your turn to drive now, right? And we're sitting in this awesome interior, and everything feels like home, right? The XP versus the XPS, virtually identical. Seats, grab handles, leg room, all that stuff. But the one big thing I did notice while driving is that we got an extra switch here on the dash, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And what is it-
looks
what
like a
is
throttle
that
control.
all about on the XP?
Okay, the throttle control on the Pro R is the
I
best.
did, yeah. I went on
Being able to go into sport,
yesterday and where-
race, and rock is like next level, because when you are rock crawling, it's so nice to just kick it into rock, and then as you're like bouncing through the rocks and your foot is hitting the gas, you're not in race mode like wow. It's just like keeps your RPMs lower, and the control of the vehicle is significant. And even more so, like I've been driving a long time, but like I have little siblings who are starting to drive, and we have a place in Moab we love to go, and so being in Moab and being able to have that switch, it's life changing.
Now, if we flip this to the middle, the standard.
Yep.
Okay, so standard sport and rock, there's not a race mode, but there's slow, fast, faster. It's not too complicated of a concept.
Exactly what I was, ready for. My foot
Let's
fast,
keep going.
Suspension, the power to next. All right.
Is the new 72-inch stance on the Razer XPS. Really ties nicely. Their piece on
72,
the
same
Next
size.
step.
All right, that's the shop talk. So to me, what they've done is they have upgraded massively the screen in the Pro series. So I bet you could get that screen in the Pro R and the Pro S. It's that bigger, the bigger chassis. And then you also now have the brand new XPS, which to me is the Pro platform. So the Pro R and the Pro S had a baby with the 2018 release, what was that called? Turbo S, which the Turbo S, you guys, the Turbo S was the biggest leap in Razer. The Turbo S was the biggest leap for Razer. That was when they took their tires to the next size, they took the power to the next size, the comfort, the handling, the live valve suspension, everything, all those components came together, and they've built upon that platform ever since then. But the they've gone leaps and bounds since then. But yeah, that 2018 upgrade was I think the next generation of all UTVs. So that's everything that they've announced so far. I'm sure they're going to do a shop talk video, kind of like the one we just watched, about the Pro R. And so when that comes out, we'll make another video. But for now, there's our 2 cents and our first look at the 2026 Polaris RZR lineup.